So what is up guys, it's your boy Kevin. Today I have nothing for you. Unfortunately, all the fitness programs out there about building muscle are complete waste of our time. I know, I'm sad too, but shut up. Hello? And listen. What? Wait. What do you have there? Behold.
The Pure Bodybuilding Program by Jeff NIPPARD.
What is up, people of the earth? It's your boy Kevin, back with another video. I hope you guys are doing great. Today will be a special video because we are doing a program review, which I've never done before, so I don't know how this video is gonna be, but hopefully for you guys, I'm gonna make it work. My wish is to just make it to 20 minutes. I feel like this will be an hour review. So anytime, good thing is there's timestamps, right? So just skip through all the mumbo jumbo, blah, 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 blah. Like right now, nobody is paying me to do this review. Of course, who am I? Right off the bat, I'm gonna say, if you're a total beginner and if you have no idea what hypertrophy even is, I think this is not for you. So I gotta be honest, so get out. No, I'm just kidding. But I am serious about this video review not being for beginners. Maybe towards the end of the video I can explain how we can little bit like make this work and do some minor adjustments so that it can work for everybody. First things first, if you guys don't know me, I'm Kevin. I like to do fitness content, running, lifting, a bunch of other stuff, including lifestyle vlogs, and now we're doing program reviews. And if you guys don't know Jeff NIPPARD, he's one of the OG, I would call it. There's many others, but he's one of the first ones to ever do it on YouTube and share fitness knowledge. He is mostly evidence-based, so paper, studies, science, along with maybe like Lane Norton and Mike Israel. Go to the channel right now. Go to Jeff NIPPARD's channel, subscribe to it. You're gonna learn tons and tons, like hundreds of things from him. So anyway, that is Jeff NIPPARD, and now he wrote a pure bodybuilding program. And I think personally, I've tried 2 of his programs. The first one being the fundamentals. Second one was essentials, because I became a father and this work started becoming really hectic. If you guys want to know how that went, let me know in the comments below. Maybe I can review the essentials program. Today will be the pure bodybuilding program, putting on as much muscle as you can for a period of time. It's not for a stability of your joint. It's not for increasing your flexibility. It's not for increasing your 1 rep max. If your goal is to lose fat and build muscle, you can still use this one. Let me just talk about why I'm reviewing this program, because it's very special to me. I've never bought any program in my life ever since I started lifting about 10 years ago. My wife, she bought the 30% off program from Jeff NIPPARD's website. 1 PDF about nutrition, 1 PDF about all you need to know about hypertrophy or building muscle, and as well as some Excel spreadsheets to track your progress. We got lucky, so I got that as a present from my wife, and now we're here. So one version is a full body, another version would be the upper lower, and the last version would be a leg push pull. It's basically me buying the program so you don't have to. I will be trying it myself for 3 programs back to back, so a total of 30 weeks. First, let's talk about the full body program. So the full body workout consists of a 4-day split, 4-day full body, and weak body part and arm day. So total of 5 days. Okay, so the good thing about this program is you'll be in and out, including the warm-up, at most maybe an hour and a half, 90 minutes. Some other things that I like will be that this program really talks about the importance of warm-up, recovery, and sometimes even like integrated stretch, like static stretches. And yeah, talking about the warm-ups, there's a specific warm-up page. If you're limited on your time, you can integrate some of a warm-up in between the sets. So he has also those kind of advice. I like how many different exercises are in this. So that way you kind of get more interested, and then you don't feel bored because every single day you change up your workouts. You will have some clickable links. So just click the name of the exercise, and before, if I remember correctly, his programs have a list of substitutions and list of demonstrations at the end. And now, of course, because of technology, we just click the PDF and it immediately brings you to the YouTube page. I think it's really great especially for intermediate lifters, because technique over everything, form over everything, guys. Everything is very, very detailed on how one exercise must be done and how a week 1 all the way to the end of the week is supposed to be done. And before that, let me talk about progressive overload real quick. So this is a very, very important aspect of building muscle. It's also in his hypertrophy handbook, if you're curious. In there, he talks about the most important aspects that you need to focus on when it comes to lifting and building as much muscle. One of those is tension, and one more is progressive overload. So progressive overload is my favorite because this was a game changer for me personally. And one of the favorite pages in the handbook that I like was, there are certain exercises that are better to be progressed through reps, meaning week 1 you do 10 reps, and week 2 you do 11, week 3 you do 12, week 4 you do either 13 or you go back down to 10. One of the main reasons why you're not gaining muscle is progressive overload, okay? I think the volume, if you're curious about the volume, I think the volume is just right. If you calculate the week 1 and week 2, he does say that week 1 and week 2 is kind of like getting into the groove and slowly getting your body accustomed to the new stimulus and the new workload. So it's a pretty good volume and pretty good intensity, if you ask me. Gradual, all the programming has been done for you, and I checked it out, it's legit. In this program, there's not a lot of free weights, meaning barbell, dumbbell. If you want to be optimal, if you want to get the best results with least amount of injuries and strain of your body, then you kind of want to stay away from the big 3 lifts. If you enjoy it, then please still put it there. So most of his choices were machine based, and the reason is you can really push yourself on a machine safely. That's the biggest thing, I think. In my opinion, Mike Israetel, well known in the bodybuilding space, he coined the term SFR, stimulus to fatigue ratio. The stimulus is high like a deadlift, the fatigue is super high. So on a deadlift, you don't really want to do that. What you want to do is find workouts with high stimulus and low fatigue. Because if I ask you now, do you want to work out and build your muscle 100%, but then you also get super tired 100%? Or do you want to build your muscle 100% and get only 80% tired so you can come tomorrow again? I feel like it's more flexible. It is for everyone else that has other reasons. For example, like if you are injured and you cannot perform a certain exercise, then there's substitution A, which has a similar movement pattern, and then there's a substitution B, which is not a machine based, it's usually a free weight based. So if you have a home gym, you're limited on equipment, the gym is packed with people, then you can still do it. And by the way, the program has a FAQ that I really like, answering all of these questions, like which one should you try first? Is it substitution C or B? Is it okay to switch every week? If you have injuries limiting you for doing a certain exercise, that's okay. But if you're just scared to try new things, then that's a no-no. That's an absolute no. Research it and check the video explanations that he has. It's over 200 exercises, guys. It's super good because, you know, bodybuilding and lifting in general is just technique. It's not about ego. Put your ego out the door. Next would be the nutritional aspect. Okay, so there is a nutrition handbook. I think that's super important. He talks about how to set up your calories. Like what's even the maintenance calories? What's a deficit and what's a surplus? And if you don't know all of these things, then you should, because nutrition is as important as the lifting part, maybe even more. For example, how do you calculate how much protein do you need, which is the most asked question. An example would be to base it on your height. Just do per gram, 1 gram protein per your height in centimeters. I'm gonna just put it on the screen here so you guys can see it. And he talks about how much when you're bulking, how much when you're cutting, and also what's the best diet to follow when you're doing this program. And then some other things like supplements he talks about at the end, but not much, because you know the hype of supplements is really high, but I believe those are just, I don't want you guys to focus on that. So that is all really good as a separate PDF from the program. So the program part, you dial that in, locked and loaded, focus, and then you go to the nutrition program as well. Also, he links some of his videos talking about how to stay in shape and how to do a body recomposition. Let's talk about the community side of this. He has a really good team. I tried it. I sent a message by email and they replied within a day, maybe a day and a half. And the questions were like legit and very polite and very caring. It sounded like they want you to have the best help possible that you can get. The way you track your progress as well, he guides you on how you can track your progress, how you should log this, what kind of progress you've made, and then how far you've come. It's about $34 US, and now I think it's right around 40. But the difference is $40 US would just be one program, and if you want the other two, and then you have to buy, so 40 times 3. I think you guys have a really good chance of staying in this. The fact that there's 3 substitution options and it's kind of like changing after like 5 weeks or so, it changes the pattern. The exercise A will be different based on some movement patterns that he knows goes well with week number 5 all the way to 10. Okay, so to summarize, before we complete the program and give you my advice on how you can adjust this towards you as a beginner, hear me out. I have 2 more things to talk about, and it's the most controversial. You guys ready? Number 1, this program for the first time ever has a new science, a new hype towards it, and that is long length partials. If you guys don't know that, long length partials, basically in one full movement, that's called full range of motion. And in the full range of motion, there is parts. There is the stretch part and there is the squeeze part. So think about the bicep curl. On the very bottom, you start the movement, that's the stretch part. And if you get to the middle, that's the middle part. And from there all the way up, when you squeeze to your shoulder, that is the squeeze part or the concentric. And when you lower it again, that's the eccentric or the hard part of the movement, I would say. The stretch part of the movement and stopping halfway. So just eliminating the squeeze part, the concentric part, focusing on the lowering, the eccentric, and stopping halfway through. On a squat, that means you go towards the very bottom of the movement, so ass to grass. From there, you stop. When you go up, you stop about halfway, maybe even less. So they say that doing long length partials as opposed to just full range of motion is equally as good, if not even better. And also, you know, there are some scientific studies, evidence-based people that are confirming this. Personally, I am trying out the long length partials myself before I even saw this program. And seeing that this program has it, man, that is super exciting for me. I'm telling you guys, the way he implements the long length partials is, one, it's like a superset. So after you burn out your last rep or your last full rep to failure on the last set, then you can still do half reps basically, and that's the long length partial superset. And another way that he does it is the last set, all of the reps are done in long length partials. So that is like complete switch. Yeah, so I guess that's super important because in each week he has like the intensity page. He has an intensity column that you will see in the PDF here. He talks about how you can make this exercise more intense. So sometimes it's a static stretch, sometimes it's the long length partial. I like that it's very tailored towards intermediate to advanced. I like how spontaneous and there's so many variations. I also like the substitution, the options to switching out workouts. That's very convenient and it's very easy to access it through a link. I also like the nutrition part of this program and the fact that you have to read a hypertrophy handbook before even starting the program, gets you primed on all the information you need. Again, the FAQ and the community, the coaches that answer you online, those are all good. Some dislikes, it's really minimal for now because I haven't really done the program that long. It would have been perfect, really perfect for me if he put a potentiation set there. Basically priming your nervous system before the actual set, using the same weight, if not 10% lower or 10% higher. Before we go, let's just talk about the program for beginners. How are you gonna change this towards a beginner? That you just lessen the sets. Don't do the intensity techniques like going all the way to failure, not yet, because beginners have a really bad way to kind of like measure what's their effort feel like. Lessen the reps, lessen the sets, focus on the technique, but use all of the other aspects. And maybe in the long length partials, just try it out. Focus on technique first for the first, I would say, like, heck, maybe 6 months.
Okay, let's go through the program page. I'll help you understand how to navigate what the column means. First, it says what week you're in. So week 1, day 1, and it says full body for this program. Obviously, it will change depending on what kind of body part split you chose. The next column would be the exercise column. So we're gonna go back to this in a bit, but for now, let me just say that this column is all clickable. So each exercise has a clickable link that will take you through the demonstration. Next, we have the last set intensity technique. Basically, the simplest way to explain is every last set of every exercise, if there is a note here, that means on the last set you have to perform some sort of intensity technique. We got the warm-up sets. So basically, warm-up sets needs to be lighter and shorter than your actual working set. Same exercise, and now you're actually using the target weight that you want to do for the program. And then reps. So reps means how many repetitions is the target. Usually you will see a range like 10 to 12, 12 to 15, or just a standard 8 reps. Then next is the load. So the load means you have to put in the weight that you used, and this will help you just track your progress. Record the weight for each set. Okay, so we will talk about RPE more in a little bit, but basically all early sets just means every set before the last set. And then the next column will be our last set RPE. So that means on your very last set of the exercise, this should be your RPE target. Okay, so quick on the RPE, or rate of perceived exertion, or some people RIR. That's all the same. It's just basically how you gauge your effort throughout this exercise. So a 10 would be you cannot lift it anymore, or your form is compromised, therefore you hit failure. And 9 would be there's still 1 rep in the tank. So next one will be rest. Make sure you rest adequately, and the rest times are all here. Ideally, each exercise has their own rest. Okay, so substitution option. This is option 1. It's not really a recommendation based on ranking. So when you see a substitution option 1, it doesn't mean it's better than 2. It just means you have more options and you're free to do whichever you want. Okay? And I noticed that he put substitution option 2 as a free weight exercise usually. So that's one thing to note. So notes column. This is where you will find the exercise specific coaching cues, or always read the notes before you do your warm-up sets so you can practice new tips and cues for that exercise. Let me give you a bonus piece of content as well. This is the weak point table. Basically, in your week, you have a specific day towards your lagging body parts and or muscle group, and also arm day together. Let me just show you how you choose the exercise is. So I will pull up a table here, and that is your weak point table. You can see the weak point body part on the first column. The next column shows the exercise 1 options. This is very important. Do not, I repeat, do not do 3, all 3. Choose one from the exercise number 1 option. And the reps and the sets and the intensity will be in the program page as well. Okay?
Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I will try out this program myself. After my half marathon race, I will be full on bodybuilding as much muscle as I can for 6 months. And I'll let you guys know how it's going through a video or a picture somehow. Comment down below if you are doing this program as well and what you think about it. Drop a like if I helped you out today. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.